A very warm good evening everyone and welcome to ISI MSQE live session. तो आज हम लोग सॉल्व करने वाले हैं ISI 2022 PA question numbers 22 and 23. The question is on your screen right now. Here is the question. So question number 22. A non-transitive preference relation can be represented by a utility function. Okay, so if a preference is non-transitive, that means that if I have a bundle A which is preferred over a bundle B and a bundle B preferred over a bundle C, it's not necessary that A will be preferred over C. This cannot be guaranteed that A will be preferred over C. Okay, so if it is non-transitive, then there is no certainty on the preference of the consumer at all. The consumer can do anything. The consumer may choose an ice cream over a Coca-Cola over a chocolate, and an ice cream and a chocolate cannot be compared. So then in that case, we cannot represent this by a utility function, because a utility function in its essence has to be transitive. It has to be transitive because it's a number. If 3 is greater than 2 and 2 is greater than 1, it's but obvious that 3 has to be greater than 1. So in its foundation, a utility function has to be transitive. So a non-transitive preference cannot be represented by a utility function. Answer is never. 22D. Now 23, which of the following statement is correct in a too good world? In a too good world, what can be said about diminishing marginal utility? Okay, so we need to talk about this. So for this question number 23, diminishing marginal utility is firstly not a sufficient condition. Okay, because it can be that both are bad commodities and I will get a concave indifference curve leading to increasing MRS. Okay, nothing is mentioned whether the two goods are good or bad in a too good world. In a too good world, that is, both the two goods are good commodities. That is, as I increase the consumption of any of the commodities, it will increase the utility. That is not mentioned. Okay, so MUX, MUY are both positive. That's not mentioned. So both can also be bad. One can be a bad commodity, the other can be a good commodity. So many permutations are possible here. Hence, nothing can be said. So if nothing can be said, this is the best answer. Diminishing marginal utility of at least one good is neither necessary nor is it sufficient for diminishing marginal rate of substitution. Anyway, the diminishing marginal utility of at least one good is not necessary, not sufficient. It's both. Okay, it's definitely not sufficient. One is having diminishing utility. The other may be a bad commodity and hence diminishing MRS is not holding. So it can be anything. So here again, the answer is D. Right. Thank you so much for joining in for the session, and I hope these bite-sized sessions are helping you and aiding you in your ISI MSQE entrance preparation. I wish each of you